Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Amelia and today we're going to kick off another reading vlog, but I have seen a lot of people recently in the book community kind of making videos talking about all of the series that they have been reading recently, and that caused me to kind of like pause and make a list of everything, all the series that I'm reading, and I realized that it's kind of a lot. So in today's video I'm going to give you the list of all the series that I'm currently reading. And then hopefully we are going to focus on making some progress specifically on already started series, because I have a really bad habit of just starting more series and I would like to actually like finish some of the ones that I've got going on at the moment. So yeah, without further ado, here's the list of the series that I am reading at the moment. Alright, first we have The Wheel of Time, the Malazan Book of the Fallen, the Broken Earth Trilogy, the Jade City Trilogy, Poppy War Trilogy, The Last King of Ostenard, Realm of the Elderlings, Queen of the Tearling, The Black Wolves, Red Rising, Dune, the Bloodsworn Trilogy, and Memory, Sorrow, and Thorn. So some of these are still ongoing, so they're kind of like, I'll continue them when the next book comes out. So for example, that's The Last King of Ostenard and technically Black Wolves, although the publisher dropped that, so I have no idea when we're going to get the next book, so who knows. But there are a couple series that I'm not planning on continuing. So first we have Dune. I just didn't care. Like, the book was okay, but it took too long to read and I wasn't that interested in the characters. So I'm not going to bother to read any of the other books in that world. And then also, I think I already mentioned this in one of my other videos, but I'm not going to continue the Queen of the Tearling series. It's just not very well written and the characters are not very interesting. So I'm gonna drop those two. So that brings us down to like 11 series, and then 2 are still ongoing. So that leaves us 9 series that we can work on reading in this vlog. So in terms of options for this week for series that I've already started, I have with me the last book of the Broken Earth Trilogy by N.K. Jemisin. I also have Jade War, which is the second book in the Greenbone Saga, which I think I called the Jade City Saga, but it's called the Greenbone Saga. And then I'm partway through Dragonbone Chair, which is technically the first book in the series, but I already started it when I counted the series, so I'm going to count it as being started. So this one I'm definitely going to finish, and then potentially I might get the second one, we'll see. But yeah, so I'm probably going to finish this first, just because I've already started it. And then after that, it's going to be probably between these two, but then I also have Wheel of Time has started and I have the next book for that, but I think I should probably try to work on these two just because they're library books. I gotta return them, you know? So yeah, that is the plan for this week, and let's go ahead and get into some reading. Good morning, friends. So it is now Friday and I'm about to go for a run. I'm gonna start a new audiobook for it's called The Little Book of Hygge, and I just finished listening to another book by the same author called My Hygge Home, and I really enjoyed it, so I thought I would check out his other work. But yeah, so I'm gonna go for my run, and then after that I'm gonna give an update on the reading that I did yesterday. Well, so I'm back from my run, and as I said, I was listening to The Little Book of Hygge, and I'm enjoying that so far, but I do think it covers a lot of similar topics as the other book that I listened to by the same author. It's called My Hygge Home, so I don't know if you necessarily have to listen to both of them, but yesterday I did get a lot of progress done on Dragonbone Chair. I only have really about like 50 or 60 pages left, and I did kind of want to finish it last night, but it takes a while to read the pages in this book just because like of the writing style, and also like the font is small. But I'm hoping that I will be able to finish that today, and I don't see why I couldn't. So yeah, that is the plan for today. I'm really enjoying this book so far. It took a long time to get started, but now that things are happening and we know the characters better, I'm really enjoying it. So I can't wait to finish the last bit, but then I would be disappointed because I don't have the next one. But oh well, I have lots of other books to tide me over in the meantime. So yeah, I'm gonna go do some work and then probably finish this up a little bit later. Hello, so it's been a couple of days since the last clip. Some life stuff happened and I just wasn't in the right headspace to film or even really to read, but I'm back now, so I'm gonna give an update. So I finished Dragonbone Chair this morning, and even though the first like 100 pages or so I felt were a little bit like boring, well, I don't know if I would say boring, but it was too long, it didn't need to be 100 pages, but the rest really like picked up, and by the end I was really enjoying it, and I'm really excited to read the next book now, but I don't have it at the moment, so that's gonna have to wait. But then after finishing that, I went ahead and picked up Stone Sky, just because I only have a couple days left before I have to return to the library, and I'm 130 pages in, and honestly, so far, I'm not really enjoying it that much. Like, I kind of just want this story to be over. Like, I feel like all the concepts have been kind of explored at this point, and now we're just kind of like wasting time instead of just finishing this up. I feel like it could have been a duology. I like currently feel like Esun, she's just kind of like, they're walking again, they're like traveling. It's okay, we did the walking and traveling in the first book, so now it really just feels like we've gone like back to the beginning almost, and it's just not really like vibing for me. I don't know, maybe it's like the part of like, maybe it's partly just because like I really just want to be reading the next one in this series, but I can't at the moment, so it's making me take it out on this possibly. But I don't know, it's just kind of like, I really enjoyed the first one and I feel like they're kind of going downhill for me, but oh well, it's a pretty quick read, so I will try to finish it. And then in terms of my reading plans for the rest of today, if I can convince myself to keep reading this, then I could probably finish it, because I read this 130 pages this morning. It doesn't really take that long, it's pretty quick to read, so that's, I guess, like a bonus because I'm kind of bored of it. But if I decide not to pick that up, it's either between, I can keep reading Jade War, which is over here. I can keep reading that, which I probably should do because it's a library book and I have to return it and all that stuff. But I kind of am just like in the mood for more like slow fantasy that's kind of in the vein of this. So I'm kind of considering picking up the next Wheel of Time book maybe. Honestly, like if they had the next one in stores, I might honestly just go get it, but it's not in any stores near me like in this edition. Like I think they have some of the mass market paperbacks, but I want them to match obviously, so I have to order it online, then I have to wait, so I still have the problem of like, what am I going to read in the meantime? So yeah, in order to continue advancing series, I need to choose from something I'm already reading, which is supposed to be the theme of this vlog. So yeah, I should really just try to finish this because then I'll be done a series, but I don't know. We shall see. Hello. So I'm here on the couch because I'm not feeling super hot, so I'm just gonna like lay on the couch and do some reading, but I just wanted to check in because I have a little bit of a mini book haul. So first I have A Day of Fallen Night, and this just came in from the library, I didn't buy it. So I have that. So in terms of series, I don't know if you would really call this a series, like it's in the same world as the other one, but they're both kind of standalones. So I don't think I'm gonna count it for this video, but because I did finish the first one in Memory, Sorrow, and Thorn, I think it's called. Wait, I have it here. Yeah, Memory, Sorrow, and Thorn. And I was feeling super motivated to read the next one, so I went ahead and ordered it, and it's here now, so I'm gonna go ahead and open it. All right, here we are. Stone of Farewell. This one is quite floppy and nice. It's a little bit shorter than the first one. So, oh. Colors don't match. You see how this one is a lot more yellowy, this one's a lot more white? That's kind of annoying. Also, the pages are like totally different colors, which is weird because like they're matching editions, so I'm not sure why they would change that stuff. But yeah, this one is only 560 pages. This one is about 640 or so, so pretty similar in length. But unfortunately, before I start that one, I do want to try to finish Stone Sky. I just really don't feel like reading it, but there's only like another 300 pages to go, I think. Let me see. Yeah, so there's 398 pages and I'm on page 130. I feel like I should just finish it for the sake of finishing the series. I don't know. I'll figure it out. I'm gonna watch a video first though, so I'll have that time to think about it. All right, well, I'm probably not gonna film too much right now because like I said, not feeling super hot, but I will check in a bit later once I've done some reading. So I did it. I finished Stone Sky by N.K. Jemisin, and although I have to say that the first like half I was not really having a good time, I was kind of bored and wanting to read other things and wanting to put it down. However, I'm very glad that I pushed through because the ending of this book was really good. It was really worth the disappointing first half. I really liked the way it included the series and how it wrapped everything up for all of the characters, and it sort of like, it wrapped enough things up, but then also left sort of some things open for the imagination, because like it sort of ends with, well, I can't really say without spoiling it, but it ends with kind of like a completion of their quest, but then the world still obviously continues on past that. So the reunion of some of like the characters towards the end was really well written, and it surprisingly got to me a lot more emotionally than I thought it was going to, especially considering like I hadn't really been enjoying it, but then like just like she had created each of these characters like pretty well, and then and she had worked a lot on the things that affect the dynamics between these characters. So when she actually has them come together, they behaved in such like a realistic way that it was very touching. I don't know if that's the right word, but it was very emotional, and I felt like I could like feel those characters' emotions, and so I really liked that. So if you were thinking about reading this trilogy, I do think that it is worth the read. They're pretty short books, like it's like 400 pages, but the text is quite large and the spacing is quite large, so they're not too hard to get through. So I now need to choose the next book. So in terms of series, the options I have, well, I have lots of options, but the options that I'm considering at this moment is I can either continue the Greenbone Saga with Jade War, this is book 2, or I can continue Memory, Sorrow, and Thorn with book 2, the Stone of Farewell. And I'm thinking that it's gonna have to be Stone of Farewell, just because I finished the first one and I was like, damn, I really need the second one. So I ordered it on Amazon, which is something I'm trying not to do using Amazon. So now I feel like I need to validate having ordered it on there by reading it right away. Because like if they're gonna deliver it to me so fast, then I feel like I need to get to it quickly. So I'm pretty much just talking myself into reading this, even though I know that I should read this because it's been so long since I read the first one. But yeah, I think it's gonna have to be Stone of Farewell. This one is like 100 pages shorter than the first one, so it shouldn't take as long. But yeah, I think I'm definitely going to go with this one. So yeah, I will check back in when I get started on this bad boy. gonna go ahead and wrap up this reading vlog now. So let's do a quick review of everything that we read. So first, I finished Dragonbone Chair, and I think I gave this 4 stars or 3.5 or something, just because the first 100 pages was really slow and kind of boring, but then I really enjoyed the rest of the story and the characters and all that, and I did have to go ahead and pick up the second book right away, so I guess that tells you how much I did end up enjoying this book. And then I read Stone Sky, so I actually managed to finish 1 series, so that takes us down to, I think, 10 overall, because it was 11 series that was going to continue. So now we're down to 10 because I finished this, and the first half of this book is a bit of a theme today, I guess. I didn't really love it, but the second half really made up for that, and I think that it's worth reading this series if you enjoyed the first one, because even though the first half was kind of disappointing, the second half I really enjoyed, had really good emotional payoff, and I think it was worth it. And then finally I started the second book in Memory, Sorrow and Thorn, and unfortunately I haven't finished this one. I'm only about 100 pages in, but these books do take kind of a while to read just because they are not the fastest paced books. They have a lot of words on each page, but I think I'm still pretty happy with the progress. I finished 2 books and I made a good start on a 3rd. So I didn't really make a ton of progress on like a lot of my existing series. Like I finished 1, which is good, but then I technically was on the first book of the Memory, Sorrow and Thorn when I started, and I guess I'm on the second now, so that's like progress. But in terms of like the series I was reading before I started reading that first book, I still have 10 to go, so maybe I will do another installment where I'm purposely trying to complete series, but I'm not sure. We shall see. I do still need to get to Jade War at some point. I really enjoyed the first one, and I don't know why, I just haven't been in the mood for this type of fantasy recently, but at some point I will get around to finishing it. I've heard that they continue to get better and better, the books, and that not Jade War, what's the final one called? I don't know. But I've heard that the final one is a really good conclusion to the series, so I would like to get there sooner rather than later, honestly. But yeah, that is all I have for today. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.